Hello traders and welcome to another video review. Today is Friday, August 1st, 2025. Let's take a look what do we have on the economic calendar for today. Overnight data during the Asian session were not very complicated and busy. We got building concepts from the New Zealand, which is up from which is down from 10 to minus 6.4. In Japan, jobs applications right here is down from 1.25 to 1.22, and PPI prices in Australia are down from 0.9 to 0.7. PMI manufacturing data from China down from 50.4 to 49.5, and that's the first time they dip below the level of 50. Nationwide HPI in the UK is up from minus 0.9 to 0.6. We are still waiting for the set of the manufacturing PMI data from across the Eurozone, like Spain, Switzerland, Italy, France and Germany. Those data are scheduled for release between 9:15 and 9:55. At 10 o'clock we got the Eurozone manufacturing PMI data. UK manufacturing PMI data are scheduled for release at 10:30, and the Eurozone CPI, one of the major data release for today, is scheduled for release at 11 o'clock. The market participants expect the CPI to decrease from 2% to 1.9%. During the US session, we got, of course, the Nonfarm Payrolls data release at 2:30 because it's the first Friday of the month. Together with the non-farm payrolls, we got average hourly earnings, participation rate and unemployment rate. All of this data are scheduled for release at the same time. Manufacturing PMI data from the US are scheduled for release at 4 o'clock, and then at the same time we got Michigan 1-year, 5-year inflation expectations, consumer expectations and the consumer sentiment data scheduled for release. Atlanta Fed GDP now is scheduled for release at 7 o'clock, and at the same time we got US Barker Hughes oil rig count and total rig count data release. So pretty busy day in data release, especially if you consider the fact that we got the non-farm payrolls for today. So please stay focused, stay vigilant, especially during the US session. Now, without any further ado, let's look at the chart. We'll start with euro dollar. Euro-dollar 4-hour time frame chart is showing us deterioration towards the level of 1.1401 and a slight bounce towards the technical resistance at 1.1448. This bounce has been basically capped, even despite the fact that the bounce was made from the extremely oversold market conditions. Nevertheless, the sentiment is still very bad. RSI is very, very low despite this bounce. So it looks like the bears are still in charge of this market. The market reversed lower back on again, and the local low and the swing low, which is right now located at the level of 1.1401, let me just place this level here, is still the major technical support, but short-term technical support for this market. We can say that the movement to the downside below this low opens the road towards 1.1374, 1.1372 and 1.1358. So it all depends what will be the data from the non-farm payrolls. If non-farm payrolls are better than expected, there is a slight chance for euro dollar to move up. If they are worse than expected, then the deterioration might deepen basically to the lower level, despite the fact that the market is trying to bounce from the extremely oversold conditions. Now the British pound, and as you can see, the British pound is going lower. Yesterday we've made this ABC pattern here with a potential target for cable, and we almost hit this level. Still, those targets are valid for the cable. We are still waiting for this market to move lower. So there's just a hit. There's just been a hit of the extremely oversold conditions. Nevertheless, we are so close to the projected target level for the market on 1.3160. So we just wait for this market to hit it, and then we see what will happen. Of course, this is still the market direction for the short term, because it looks like after the ABC there might be some sort of the pullback to the upside. US dollar versus the Japanese yen, nice breakout on the daily time frame chart above 149.19. Next target is 151.22. Let me just place a line here on this target level. There you go. This is the next target level for the bulls as the market keeps moving higher. Nevertheless, we hit the extremely overbought conditions on the daily time frame chart. So on the 4-hour time frame chart is the same situation. We hit this this level on the RSI indicator. We got some sort of the doji and the shooting star, even a candlestick pattern. So maybe if there will be a hit of 150.19, that might be only some sort of a spike to the upside and then the reversal. Now this level here is not quite important, but this level will now become the technical support. Obviously 149.19 is now the technical support. The market continues to move higher. Because of the NFP payrolls, let's take a look at the gold market, because the NFP payrolls would likely influence this market as well. So what's happened? According to our scenario, we should go down. As you can see, there's an arrow on the chart showing the next target level at 3,280. This target was hit. Well done. So after the breakout below the orange trend line, all of these levels here will now be the potential targets for the bears. Unfortunately, we hit the extremely oversold conditions at the RSI indicator on a 4-hour time frame chart, and then there is a bounce higher. But the bounce was capped at 3,309, and then the market reversed again. The outlook remains bearish. And last but not least, let's take a look at the Bitcoin. The Bitcoin cannot go up, so it's trying to go lower. Sell off towards the 114,321 occurred overnight. We almost hit our extremely oversold conditions, so it's now the time for the bulls to rescue and buy the dip and then rally even higher. So at the beginning of the August 2025, we got the slight movement to the downside on the Bitcoin, but nevertheless the short-term trend is now not bullish. The short-term trend is not up these days. It's sideways to down. Mid-term trend is up, and the long-term trend on the Bitcoin is up as well. That's everything from me for today. Thank you very much for watching this analysis, and I hope I see you guys next time. Take care and bye bye.